Welcome to my channel. This is the second request that I have today, and this one to me is very interesting because it's Dimash Qudaibergen and Plácido Domingo singing Enfant du Temple Saint. I don't think it could get much better than that. It's interesting to me that almost every day I have a Dimash song to do, and that's because you dears keep requesting them over and over and over again. And I just want to encourage the fans of other stars, Angelina, Amira, Emma, Stella, there's so many. Gigi Vibes. If you want me to cover your artist, you got to put them in the request form. Yeah, I do some bonus videos, but the bonus videos are never going to replace me doing five requests every day. Okay, so if you want to hear your artist, you got to get your requests in. And by the way, I just double-checked the form. I put it into an anonymous browser on the internet, and it worked fine. I submitted a request for testing that I will remove from the spreadsheet when I get done doing this. But if you're being prompted to log in by Google when you try to fill out my form, just ignore the prompt. You can fill the form out. It's public. Doesn't require you to log in. And even if you do log in, it's not going to change anything. The form's still the same. You still fill it out the same. So just, cancel the login or ignore it. Or if you want, you can go ahead and log in. Doesn't matter. Works either way. You can use an anonymous browser to get to the form, and it will not prompt you for any kind of login. So I just want to point that out because I've had several people say I wasn't able to log in. And you shouldn't need to. You don't need to. I've tested it. I've confirmed it. Okay? Before we get into the song, I have to, I'm required by my own sense of principle and morals to thank you for coming to my channel, for supporting me, for the comments that you make, for being the most wonderful people, and for loving music the way I love music. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I also want to remind you that with every artist that I feature on my channel, I always get their links and put them in the description of my video. And I hope that you will support the artists that I feature by subscribing to their YouTube channel, by following them on social media, and by buying their music if you like their music. I don't expect you to buy it if you don't like it, but if you do, buy it. That's how we support the artists. So this is Dimash Qudaibergen and Plácido Domingo singing the Pearl Fishers duet, Enfant du Temple Saint.
Sidresse,
Well, I actually think I did this once before. Matter of fact, I'm sure I did. Because I remember how upset some people were with me because of some comments I made about Plácido. And I confess it was out of ignorance. I wasn't aware of a lot of the facts. I didn't realize how old he was. And I was perhaps overly impressed with Dimash at the time. But now that I know more of the story, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this video and replace the other one with this one. So you may see that one go away, or maybe I'll keep it so you can see how much I've changed. It's just so enjoyable to hear two people who are masters at their craft singing together. And the respect that Dimash showed Plácido was, I think it was justified, because Plácido is one of his heroes, and because that's who Dimash is. He's just a very humble person. He doesn't think of himself highly like some people do. I know that Plácido was singing the lower part of the duet because he can no longer reach the upper notes because of his age, and that's what happens to you when you get old. Things don't work like they used to. Trust me, I know. But I thought it was a delightful performance. I enjoyed both of the voices. I enjoyed them singing together. I thought that they blended very well. And although I'm sure that professional opera singers will probably criticize Dimash for not having all the vibrato that he ought to have, or vibrato, excuse me, that he ought to have. If you're a Dimash fan, if you're a deer, this is a very special performance, and it's enjoyable to watch them singing together. It really is. I pray for you that you'll have an abundant life, that you'll live a long time, that you'll be healthy, that God will keep you safe from harm, and that you will be born again if you're not already. I pray for the same thing for every single person that you love. And more than anything, I pray that you will be anxious for nothing, but in all things, through prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, you will make your requests known to God, and the peace that passes all understanding will keep your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. This is the Vietnam Era Vet, out.